and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 23 and we're back today exactly where we left off as we continue our first ever first class game for Yorkshire as we play in the county championship and try to build a big score. We're chasing Sussex first innings score, they put on 283 and we're now back at 86 for 3, having already lost the England captain Joe Root and a couple of our other top order batsmen, as we're now joined by David Willey at the crease. Jofra Archer put on a 50 for Sussex as Adil Rashid took some wickets, but overall it's looking pretty good so far, despite the challenge we face against Archer and Jordan. Two England international seamers that have been causing trouble for our attack all day. They've already got the 3 wickets between them, and in a very rain affected game, we're back after lunch on day 2, trying to reach our half century and build a big innings for Yorkshire. But before we get back into the action, if you have missed any of the series so far, please do go back and catch up with it. It's been a brilliant journey over the last few weeks as we've gone from starting our club career all the way to the county championship with Yorkshire now. There's been some brilliant moments along the way and a few bits of frustration as well. And to those of you that continue to follow along with the series, a massive thank you for your continued support. I really do appreciate you watching this one, as well as the Ashes Test playthrough we did beforehand. If you're new to the channel and enjoying it, please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this series, as well as daily FM19 content. But enough about that, let's get back into this innings. We return from lunch and the sun is shining. It looks like the rain's gone away for a while and we're going to go and face the first ball of the session. Hopefully we can get those 10 more to reach a half century. It's the first ball of the session then. The rain delays have meant there's only been 19 overs, despite this innings starting on day 1. That one's just that awkward length outside off stump, so we've had to defend the first ball. No need to risk our wicket early on, as we try to build this big innings. It's essential on a personal point of view we get to 50, and it looks like Yorkshire need us to stay around for a while. If we get one on leg stump we will flick it away, as there's plenty of space out there, but they've smothered the field with slips and gully fielders, so we've got to be careful outside off stump. Chris Jordan's an international class batsman of course, so we certainly don't want to take the risk to him. It's the third ball of the over as he comes in again around the wicket. That one's miles outside off stump, so we'll leave it through to the keeper. A tentative start to the session for us, and we won't make you see every defensive shot. When we get some run scoring opportunities, we'll be back to show them on camera. It's the 4th ball of the over and this one's more on the stumps. We managed to get it away for a single. Perhaps not our best shot, but we just nick it away, and that brings David Willey back on strike. We faced one over of spin before lunch and we're back to face it again. It's the right armour going around the wicket, which does make it a little bit tricky. There's an LB shout there as we try to cut it a bit too fine, but we run through for a single. I'm sure it was bat first and the umpire doesn't oblige. He's not happy with the call. Well, thankfully David Willey saw off the rest of the spinners over, the method we've struggled to deal with most, but now we've got Jofra Archer back into the attack. He bowls it outside leg stump and it's easy to get away. It looks like the fielder's going to cut it off, but it's going to be a very easy 2. Yorkshire move into the 90s and we're getting ever closer to that 50. It's now 44 off 58 with David Willey on 6 at the other end. Again Jofra's bowling that line we like, and I think we're going to get 2 again here. The fielder cuts it off and he's going to prevent the boundary, but another 2 runs to retain the strike. Jofra's continuing over the wicket, which is really good for us because when he's gone around it's been difficult. That one had a bit more power on it and we didn't quite get a firm connection, so just a single to the fielder in the inner circle, and that takes us on to 47. David Willey seen off the rest of Archer's over and we're now back to face the spinner again. 3 balls to go until the end of the over and there's another shout for LB. I'm pretty sure we just hit a defensive shot on that. I've no idea what the appeal was for. I guess by the fact we're seeing this screen, perhaps that wasn't the case. The impact is umpire's call and that's why we've got away with it. So a bit of a bemusing one to start the over, but Wilby is certainly causing trouble for us, and I think it's just our apprehension against spin which is making us a little more tentative. We're still 3 away from that half century and we've just got to make sure we don't lose our wicket. We've of course got an extra day in these games, I know we've lost most of it to the rain already, as we do manage to get a single off that one. Thankfully we're off strike to the spinner, but having those 4 days instead of 3 allows us to build our innings more slowly. We're back to face Jofra Archer at the other end. Thankfully he continues over the wicket. It's a short ball so we get well out of the way. We're not taking a risk to them still. I'm determined not to lose my discipline in that sense. We'll wait for the one outside leg stump. When we get that, we'll hope we can bring up our half century. We just need to connect well enough to get 2. Here it is then, it's gone straight to the fielder, and that's just the nerves and the tension that we miss out on a golden opportunity, and we stay on 48 off 65 balls. Archer charging in for his 3rd ball then. This one's really wide and we can get it away, and it's going to be 2 I think. I thought it was going to be cut off for 1, but the fielder's beaten by the angle and he does get it back for 2 in the end. But we reach 50 in our first class debut. A fantastic first innings off 66 balls. A little bit slower than usual, just 5 boundaries in that 50, but in the end we stay in and that's what our side needs. And with half the 24th over gone, Yorkshire move past 100 as well. Let's see what we can do with Archer's next one. A fuller delivery and we just hit it away for a single. We move on to 51 and David Willey's back on strike. Wilbeer's back on at the other end now, and I don't mind being a little more aggressive. Now we've got our confidence up, we can play to the leg side as we smash the first one for 4. That's a fantastic start to the over. Second ball then, how will we follow it up? They've brought in an extra fielder there. That one's even wider on leg stump, and we get it away and it beats the fielder again. 2 boundaries in a row to start the over, and it's almost like reaching a half century's given us freedom. 2 balls in a row that have gone for 4. Third ball then, and they've protected that gap out wide, so we just flick this one away. It's far closer to the fielder and it'll just be a single. 9 off the first 3 balls, and now David Willey's back on strike. He's returned the favour for the final ball of the over then, as we move into the 60s, and this one's just outside off stump, so we defend it strongly and it's the end of the over. Look at our wagon wheel for that 60. David Willey's seen out another over, and now Beer's back on strike again. We go towards the area at mid-wicket, where it's easy to get singles, and we continue to build a good partnership here, as Yorkshire move on to 118. Well, we've got Garton, the left armour, back on strike. He's not been in for a while. That one's outside off stump, so we defend his first ball away. We still trail by 160, and now we've lost David Willey at the other end, so Jonny Bairstow's in and on 4, but this is starting to look like an uphill task. We need a big partnership with the Englishman, or we're really going to struggle to get parity. This one's on the stump, so we can flick it away for a single. The fielder will cut it off though, so we get another one to our scorecard, with Jonny Bairstow taking the strike. Bairstow scoring quickly, he's now on 8 off 8. Wilbeer's back in the attack, but there's a massive space down to mid-off, and we try and play back down the ground, but it's cut off by the bowler, who manages to keep it to a dot ball. In he comes again then. He must have taken that wicket of Willey. This one's on leg stump, so it's just away for a single. I know it's not too risky and probably not the most entertaining, but we're building an Alistair Cook style innings here and trying to scrap our way to the same score as Sussex. Second ball of the over, will he give us something we can play at? This one's far closer to the stumps. A fantastic shot for 4. It goes down the leg side and it might be cut off, you know. I spoke too soon, it will just be 2. But a fantastic shot nonetheless, and we're looking really confident at the crease. Halfway through the over and there's been another dot ball, but this time we get one away again. It is going to be cut off, it is just 1. Jonny Bairstow back on strike with 12 off 12, and we take Yorkshire on to 136. It's Chris Jordan back in, looking to add to his 2 wickets. We're on 66 off 80, but if he keeps bowling that wide outside off, we'll just be playing out a few maidens. Final ball of the over for Jordan. They've all been outside off stump on a really good line, so we've just defended them and we try and get that one away. The first one on the stumps and it's a pretty poor shot. Cut off by the fielder, it's just a dot ball. We face a maiden from Jordan, but most importantly we've managed to stay in. We've got the 2 balls left in the over from Garton, as Jonny Bairstow moves into the 20s very quickly. This one's a short bouncer though, so we're not getting involved with those. Final ball then, and we're hoping for something we can flick away. It's a short ball, but it's outside leg stump. We try to play it and again we miss. We can't afford to lose our discipline like that. The spinner continues at the other end, and there's so much space on the leg side now, so I guess he's going to be bowling outside off. He doesn't, and it opens up the ground for us. I think we could get 2 here, although it's not the best of shots, and it's been cut off for just a single. Bairstow flying on 29 at the other end, and I think we've got to start to take risks now. We need to start scoring a bit more quickly, though it's not going to be off the short ball. We've only added 1 in the last 10 deliveries, something we need to be a little concerned about. I think they've learnt and they're not keeping to bowl outside leg stump, so we're going to have to take advantage on the offside soon, like that with a lovely cover drive. Not quite the perfect connection, and it did sort of bounce off the bat a bit, but we are going to get away with it as he scrambles away for 4. The fielders chase, but they don't quite get there, and now we move into the 70s. Garton in again, and he must be confident he'll get us this way because he's left that gap there, and I can see why as we waft at that one. We can do it off the good length balls, but we need to leave the Yorker length ones alone. Halfway through the over then, we'd quite like one on the pads here, but it's outside off again, and although we don't get the perfect connection, it just beats the mid-off fielder, and it's got past the infield and will go down to the deep areas, and we're going to get another 2 runs there. On to 73 and Yorkshire past 160. This partnership is certainly looking very good. Maybe it can be a middle order partnership for England in the future, something I'd very much enjoy. Here comes Garton again, this one much closer to the stumps, and we can return to our favourite shot there, just a single to the man at square leg. Wilbeer back into the attack, there's a space down the ground on the offside and loads round the wicket. It's a really fine shot to the leg side, a fantastically placed shot, and although I don't know if it's going to quite reach the boundary, it's going to be at least 3 runs. It just beats the fielder there and we get another 4, certainly a very good start to the over. Can we follow it up with another special one? Exactly the same field setting again, and this one's on the pads, but we try and hit it too fine. I think we might be out here. No, the umpire gives us a reprieve. I wouldn't like to see a replay of that one. This time they've plugged the gap on the offside, so we are going to have to go deep either side of the wicket, maybe even down to third man there, although we try and nick an easy single. That's going to be very difficult when we miss the bat. Halfway through the over, and after a couple of shaky dot balls, we are looking to get one away. This time it's to the offside to cover point, and the fielder's in the deep, so it will be an easy single. Jonny Bairstow looking to get on to 30. Hopefully he'll do that before we're back on strike. Unfortunately, it's not the case. A couple of dot balls to finish the over to Bairstow. We've now got space in the point region or on the leg side, but we just tap it to point for an easy single. The fielder gets around very quickly. We're back again on 80 to face the spinner. If we manage to survive this over, I'll feel confident. This could almost turn into the Ashes Test playthrough we did, where we showed a session in every episode, and if we continue to stay in, that's how it will be, and we won't complain one bit. Jonny Bairstow's moved on to 35, and we're now comfortably in the 80s. Can we find a scoring shot off the second delivery to Archer? Back into the attack and a brilliant delivery right across the face of the bat, and we nearly connect and get an edge on it. Our first real warning sign in some time. He's causing us plenty of trouble this over, but he has opened up space down the ground. That one's on leg stump though. A brilliant shot for 4 off the short ball. Just flicked off the hip. A fantastic shot, and it beats the fielder to the boundary. On to 85 off 104. This has become a fantastic innings. Jofra Archer steaming in again for his penultimate ball of the over. It's another short one outside leg stump, and it might well be the same result, you know. 2 boundaries in succession to the international bowler. Final ball of the over, and we've managed to get back on top. Can we find a shot off this one? It's the same ball again. It's absolutely remarkable. 3 short balls outside leg stump, all off the hip for boundaries. 12 runs off the last 3 balls, and we move into the 90s. 40 overs gone, it's Archer in again. Yorkshire 196 for 4. A brilliant partnership as we edge that one, but we get away with it with 1 bounce to the fielder. Jonny Bairstow on 43, we're now on 93, and it looks like the lead's going to be very small after this one, as Sussex are being caught quite quickly. We edge a single off Archer's third ball, and that brings Bairstow back on strike. It's 3:20 and the spinner's back in. We're closing in on the tea break. There's plenty of space race down the ground here. It's a fantastic shot and it's going to beat the fielder. The first one in that region as we start to play more expansively, and that's gone for 4, taking us on to 98. 2 more runs to go. Can we reach that century? Just 2 more runs and we can't let the spinner get us out here. He's on the stumps and we flick it away. That's going to be one of them. We move on to the most nervous score in the world. 99 off 111. Can we get that extra run? We surely can't go to the tea break like this. If my maths is right, there's about 2 overs left before tea. We need 1 run to reach that century, so we're going to stop playing outside off again as Garter nearly bowls us there. We play across it too quickly and it narrowly misses off stump. 3rd ball of the over and we're really struggling with the line. Plenty outside off stump. We get this one away. It goes all the way to the boundary. A first class debut and a first class century. 103 off 114. 14 fours and we make it before tea on day 2. What a fantastic innings it's been, and we're still joined by Bairstow in the middle. It's been a simply sublime innings as Garton charges in again. This one's outside off stump and we play it confidently through cover. We can play anywhere around the ground now, just try and score some runs quickly, and we're going to get 3 runs for that. A fantastic shot to the cover region. Jofra Archer back in then. He's gone for 50 off his 10 overs. Pretty good looking, threatening for a wicket though, but we get him away for a boundary off the first one. Fantastic knock this has been so far. Jonny Bairstow's on 47 at the other end, and we have built a partnership to save our side here, as we're now just 66 behind Sussex score. Halfway through and there's space to mid-off now, so we can go down the ground, but that one's on the stumps and we just flick it away. Unless the fielder gets there, it's going to be 4 again. A fantastic shot to the leg side, and will it be cut off? It won't, it's gone for 4, and we move on to 114. 2 balls left in the over, and the partnership's reached 100 as well. Fantastic for us and Bairstow, 2 future England teammates I hope. Archer goes up for an ambitious appeal, and in the meantime we run through another single. Jofra Archer's into bowl, just 1 more over before tea. This one's outside leg stump, not a good connection at all, but it's another single to add to the scorecard, and Bairstow stuck on 47. We give him another chance to reach his 50. A no ball from Archer as well, which adds yet another run to the scorecard. And look what's happened now. We're back for the final ball of the session. We're going to defend this one unless it's outside leg stump. It is, so we get a good single off it. Jonny Bairstow's reached 50. We've reached 100. And Yorkshire are back in this game. What a fantastic session for the boys. It's another no ball, so we've got 1 more to face. Jonny Bairstow will do that off camera. Wilby's back into bowl again, although it looks like we should be at tea by now. We will go and deal with this over as well, and then hopefully the tea break will follow. It's Wilby around the wicket, not many options for us here, so we go to the leg side and pick out the fielder, but he's in the deep, so it will be a single. Jonny Bairstow's got a single, so we're back on strike to Wilby, and again we pick out that fielder. It's so easy to score 1 a ball, and if we continue to do that, we'll be back on par in no time, as we now trail by just 44 runs. The tea break still hasn't come, so we are going to leave things here, as otherwise this episode will be too long, and then the next one will probably be very short. So just to balance it, we will come back at this point again. What a dream debut it's been in the county championship. Didn't do quite so well with the ball, but with the bat we're proving we're an absolute star. We're only 13 away from our biggest ever score, don't forget. That was in club cricket a little while ago, and ourselves and Jonny Bairstow have really rebuilt this innings. After 4 early wickets put us in a spot of bother. We've still got the likes of Lyth and Rashid to come, so some batting still for Yorkshire, but now we trail by just 44 runs as we build a massive partnership to chase Sussex first innings total. A really good innings so far, and of course we'll be back to show you the rest in the next episode. In the meantime, if you did enjoy this one, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the knock so far. The strike rate seems to be increasing now we've got our century. I think that's just a mentality thing. We've not been afraid to be more attacking since. We've taken the likes of Jofra Archer to the cleaners, although we did struggle with his pace early on. We've now got the part-timer coming in at the other end, and he'll be the first person we face next episode. Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. A massive thank you to everyone that continues to support the series, as well as the Ashes Test playthrough we did beforehand. Jonny Bairstow featured in that one as well, so if you haven't seen it yet then do go back and check it out. There's also some schedule changes on the channel for FM19. Our One Club Story with Torquay United will be every day from Sunday to Thursday at 4:30, 5 consecutive days each week to try and get you as much as possible from that series. We're not far away from FM20 now, so we'll have some planned videos from that one over the next few weeks. Then finally our Snooker 19 career continues. That's every Friday at 4:30. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another big episode as we look to build on our first innings score and continue our dream first class debut.